Hi, Mermaid Junkies. How are you? I wanted to talk to you about something, and this is about being satisfied where you are, but eager for more. And I have a personal experience that I wanted to share with you, and pertaining to the law of attraction. And maybe this might be sort of inspirational to you or helpful if you are working on a dream or desire that you would like to have manifest in your life, or like a soulmate or a home or something like that. This might give you a little bit of inspiration. So, okay, I don't know how far to back up, but okay, so when my beloved gardener and I got married, so next month is our anniversary. I can't believe we've been married almost a year already. But anyway, so back in January, when we had this particular opportunity, and it was going to be a home that we were going to basically get out of it. Probably after we sold the cottage, we would get out of it with no mortgage. And that's personally, here's a couple of personal things that's really, really personal with me, but you guys are my friends and family, and so I wanted to share with them. Okay, so since I've been probably a young girl, there's been this lovely, lovely little cottage in my hometown, and it looks like a cottage out of Europe. It has the cute little, it's like a little hobbit house, and it's precious. It has everything. It has the copper flukes and the beautiful old windows that are, diagonal, the old cottage European windows. Just everything about it is just the cat's meow. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, about 4 years ago, when I was with my ex, we lived in California for a year. Well, inspiration had it one night. I was on Pinterest and I was just thumbing through things or whatever. And I came upon this beautiful old mansion in Carmel, California, that had basically been abandoned for so many times, and there's so many lawsuits and everything that's happening with it. And it's just been tied up in lawsuits, probably over millions of dollars, for probably 16 years. So no one's lived in it that long, but the city actually maintains it to make sure it just doesn't crumble to the ground, right? And it was built in 1925. It's a mansion. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's like out of my fairy tale. It is everything and beyond. I couldn't explain it even more. It's like a castle to me. I have dreamt about this home for 4 years, okay? And so that's always been my desire. Well, basically what this video is about also is realizing that your dreams do come true. You just have to keep remembering to stay in alignment, and you need to remember not to have any incoming contradicting beliefs. And so, okay, so for the longest time, actually, I realized I had just started practicing the law of attraction, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to manifest this house, And the money has never been an issue. None of that, because I thought, okay, well, I can be a curator of it, right? And help refurbish it and restore it and all that. Well, fast forward to January, we were going to get this house by the beach or whatever, and it was going to be this really good deal, right? Now, I have to tell you that there's stipulations. You know how, like I say, everything is in your vortex and your escrow account, like the universe knows everything, has all of the backstory of everything, as I was a little girl, which knows that there's everything that I love and want in a home, right? So anyway, I'm preparing this house, the cottage, to move. So I'm packing everything up. I had painted some of the rooms and done a couple of improvements or whatever, but we were going to have to put it on the market very quickly, because the money that we would get out of this house, we were going to put it into that other house and then pay it off, basically, because it was going to be such a good deal. Well, 2 months down the road, I've already packed the entire house up. I'm getting excited, but there was reservations in me because I was just like, there's so many things about the house that I didn't like. Like, I didn't love that it was an old cottage. I mean, I didn't like that it wasn't an old cottage. I didn't like that it was not on the beach. I didn't like that it was in the place that it was, the neighborhood. Like, there was just so many things that I just was like, I'm just not feeling this. Like, I just don't know, you know? Well, long story short, the whole bottom falls out of this particular dream, right? So I'm thinking, okay, so I had kind of put the back burner of the mansion in Carmel. I had kind of put that on the back burner because I was just like, I mean, I've been working on this for 4 years, sending proposals and speaking to the city administrators and all this kind of, the foundation and all this kind of stuff. And it just wasn't going anywhere. And I just kind of had finally just given up on that, right? So that's the trick, is that once you finally come to the satisfaction of where you are, because I finally just resolved to myself, I'm just going to love this cottage. I'm going to put all of my heart and soul into this cottage. I'm going to make the most of it. The universe knows that I still have a dream, right? So I'm sitting there, this is 2 weeks ago, and I really felt inspired to send the new city administrator another proposal and letter, right? Just introducing myself again because he's new. There was another one that was voted in and all that. And I had started doing a focus wheel. And I don't know if you've ever heard of like the 17 seconds of Abraham Hicks, of like, she talks about like what energy is. Here, let me see if I can find it in my book. But this is what I've done, and this is how I think I really manifested my soulmate in 2 months, because I'm telling you, this is like unbelievable, because I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay, so it says like 17 seconds of pure thought is equal to 2,000 hours of action. 34 seconds is equal to 20,000 action hours. 51 seconds is equal to 200,000 action hours, which means it's equivalent to, if you would put that much action, if you just have pure positive energy and positive thoughts for 51 seconds, it's the equivalency of 200,000 action hours. 68 seconds is equal to 2 million action hours. And I have to tell you, when I was manifesting my soulmate, I used to do that. Like, I would get it after meditation, I would get into pure positive energy, and I would just relish in those art of appreciation. And I would say, I appreciate this, and I appreciate that flower, and I appreciate those beautiful lizards, and I appreciate that beautiful frog, and I appreciate those beautiful, the way that my car runs, and I appreciate the beautiful flowers that I picked today, and I appreciate, I just appreciate every single thing I could think of. And if you do that for those solid hours, that is equivalent to that much manpower, like action. So I kid you not, you guys, for 2.5, almost 3 years, I have not heard anything from Carmel, right? In my mansion. But I had decided after that whole house from, that we were going to get a good deal on, and the whole bottom fell out. I finally just decided, I was like, I'm just going to refocus and put my dreams and imagination back on the house in Carmel, because no matter what, if I can always feel good about it, because that's exactly what I did with a soulmate, that I'll just replicate that, right? And so instead of a soulmate, I'll just do it for a house. So I kid you not, for 2.5, almost 3 years, I haven't heard from them. I'm sitting there painting after I had done this art of appreciation, right? And I had resolved that I was going to start getting excited about this mansion in Carmel. The foundation creator called me, and she was like, oh, I just wanted you to know that, I really think that we're looking at new, different opportunities, and if you would love to be the caretaker, I would suggest that you send a proposal, and and all this kind of stuff. And they're making a decision on it. They were making a decision on it in 3 weeks prior to. And I didn't even know this, you guys. I hadn't went on the website. I didn't know any of this. But that just goes to show you that if you just don't worry about the action part of it, just go on inspiration instead of thinking you got to beat the drum of this. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'll have to call this people. Because that's what contradicts our energy, and it messes the whole vibration of everything that the universe is trying to give us, right? So the universe is always trying to give us our desires and dreams, but we're the ones that flub it up because we're sitting there thinking that we got to get in there. And it's kind of like if you think of a car, you get in the car and you crank it up. You don't get in there and you think, oh, I need to get under the hood because I need to, fix these pixins and, turn this belt and all that to get this car going. No, you kind of assume that the car's going to do the work for you. You just get in and manually drive the car, right? Everything else is done for you. Well, that's kind of how the universe is. It's like we just have to, first of all, we had the dream or desire. Second of all, we need to get out of the way. But human tendency is to want to try to drive that thing and figure out how to do it. Where's the money coming from? Who's going to do this? Who's going to come into my life? How is this going to sell? Oh, I need to. And so that's contradicting frequency of vibration. So what we have to do is just sit back and relax and just wait for inspiration to come, and we will be led into our dreams and desires. But we just need to calm the heck down and just rely on the universe to do all of the hard work, right? We don't need to do all the heavy lifting. We just need to have the desire, which we already do. That's easy. That's not hard at all. And then get out of the way and just have a clear vibrational frequency that is not contradicting in beliefs and our desires. Now, listen, I don't still have the home in Carmel, but you know what? I have decided that I am just completely tickled pink to be in this cottage. I love everything about it. It's fun. It's fun. It's exciting. I love living here. It makes me happy, and I'm just going to keep going and being joyfully happy forevermore. And I know that my dreams will come true. And so I hope this inspired you a little bit to just don't give up hope and keep the faith, and just know that know that you deserve all of your dreams and desires, and you will get them. They're in there. They're already in there. You're going to get them. And so I hope you have a great day. And as always, I'm yours until my next swim. Ciao!